Welcome to Girl Squad TV. My name is Monica Linda and I am the founder and creator of Girl Squad Inc. And this is the place where I'm going to teach you how to become more visible with your brand by helping you create fresh visual content so that you can grow and scale the business that you love. And in today's episode, I'm going to teach you how to create content and curate it in less than 15 minutes. Let's learn how. How many of you, when you wake up in the morning, think to yourself, oh my God, what am I going to post on Instagram today? How am I going to attract my dream client? These may be some of the questions that you're coming up with. I'm going to show you the technique that I've taught my clients and that I also use on how to structure a photo shoot and how to keep you on message. Step number one is there are 9 categories. And the reason why I picked 9 is because on your Instagram feed, the first 9 photos that pop up are the first things that people see. Now, if they're scrolling through and at the bottom, then they might be stalking your page, which that's okay. I do it too. But your first 9 categories are the most important. So how do you come up with those 9 categories? Step number 2, how do you come up with those 9 categories? Those are based on what type of messaging that you're going to want to communicate to your dream client. Now, Girl Squad Inc. has already created their own system. I've created my own system on the topics that I like to talk about. But before we move forward, I want you to get ready for this next part because it is very interactive. Below, you can find a PDF. So I want you to push pause on the video, print this PDF below because you're going to need it for the next few steps. Get started. How do you create your 9 categories? That is based on what you think your dream client wants to hear the most. So if you have not gotten to that step in your business, that is something you're really going to want to do is take the time to see what type of topics does your dream client want to hear about, what types of things are really important to them, because that's really going to help filter your 9 categories. So let me show you what I mean by that, just in case you're a little confused. Let me show you an example. So we are going to create 9 categories. This category is called BTS, which is behind the scenes, but I wrote BTS because it's easier to see. We are going to create 9 categories just like this, but let's start with this one and what I mean by this. So behind the scenes, my dream client loves to see what I'm doing, how I'm doing it. And so that can take a lot of different forms. It can be a video, it can be a photo. So let's just write down a whole bunch of things and see what comes up. So for BTS, let's say that they want to see me working with clients. That could be one category. BTS could also be my workflow. Another BTS category could be my client intake. BTS could also be a little blurb or a little video, just like the one I'm doing now, but maybe just a little highlight of this. So maybe it's a video of me working. It could also be, a next category could be, what if I'm doing a public speaking or on a webinar? So it could be public speaking. Okay, so the next step that you're going to do, we're going to push pause for just a second because I want you to take the next 10 minutes to really brainstorm what other 9 categories there can be. But just in case you need an example, let me give you some more. I wrote these down ahead of time, so just to save time. So I'm going to go through these so you can kind of get an idea and maybe it'll help you with creating your own. So I have behind the scenes, products or services, clients, a client feature, events, what it's like to be a solopreneur, a how-to video, personal, me, maybe there's family, and there's a topic about business. So these are my 9 categories for Girl Squad Inc. So I want you to push pause for just a second and spend the next 10 minutes thinking about what your 9 categories will be, and then we'll take it to the next step. Now that you have your 9 categories, let's really dive in to how to take this concept from a macro perspective to a micro perspective. So macro meaning that we've thought of the big picture, now we're gonna take this into small bites. So we already wrote my BTS, so let's go into products and services. And ladies, one of the reasons why I started this channel is because I want business owners who really want to be business owners and make a profit. So if you are in that category, you have got to have at least 1 category or 2 that talks about your products and services. Because if your clients don't know what you do and how you do it, how are they gonna buy? So I recommend that you at least have this category in there. So what you're gonna wanna do here for products and services is actually list your products and services. So let's put down digital download. This is a new product that I'm releasing soon. Let's talk about photo shoots. Let's talk about presets, mentoring. So I think you get the idea. These are just 4. Let's move on to the next one. The Girl Squad client likes to see client features. So we'll feature a client. Maybe we'll do a little behind the scenes of a client. Maybe the client will do like a takeover. Next category, let's do events. Maybe there's an event coming up. Maybe there is a mixer. How about a sunset rooftop mixer? That would be great. So let's put sunset. How about we do like a conference? Maybe there's a conference Girl Squad's having. And let's relate this. So I'm talking about things that we can sell, right? These are 2 categories. I have products and I have events. So I'm talking about how we can serve in 2 different ways. The next thing, let's talk about being a solopreneur. Let's talk about the struggle. Let's talk about the wins. Let's talk about money. And how-to videos. My clients love this. So like today, you're watching this 9 categories episode because you want to know how to do it. So let's do Girl Squad TV. Let's do a how-to video on how to attract your tribe. Okay, so I think you get the idea at this point. I could really spend a lot of time going through category by category. For the sake of time, I won't go through all of them. I just kind of wanted to give you an idea of what it's like to create these categories. So let me show you what I actually just did for you. I don't want to have to rewrite this. I think you can see it. Let's see. So for BTS, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I just showed you how to create 20 days of content, and I think we may have done it under less than 10 minutes. Right? I know, that is really exciting. It is not that difficult to learn to create the categories that you can focus on and will help you stay on message. So no more worry about what you're going to talk about every day, because let me take it one step further. So on Mondays, you're going to talk about BTS. On Tuesdays, you're going to talk about products. Wednesdays, clients. Thursdays, Friday, and Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So now every Monday, you're either going to be talking about something behind the scenes, or about family. You can alternate that. On Tuesdays, you're going to talk about products and services. So this is literally the technique that I use to rinse and repeat my content. And I know sometimes you may feel like, oh my God, I already posted or I talked about that, but people really don't remember that that you've talked about being a solopreneur 9 categories later. They're only gonna be able to connect with you. Let me show you how this works in a photo shoot. So if you were a client of mine, once we create these 9 categories, what I'll be able to do is structure a photo shoot just based on this category. Since you've created the categories, now we need photos to match them, right? So for example, under products and services, if you're wanting to talk about your digital brand, then you're gonna have to have some assets that talk about digital brand. You're gonna need a photo with your product. Maybe you have a photo interacting with your product. Maybe you have a video. If you're gonna be talking about photo shoots, this is where I would actually feature maybe one of my clients, or I would do a how-to on photo shoots. Wasn't that awesome? Now you know the technique that Girl Squad created to create 9 categories on how to create content in less than 15 minutes and also how to structure your photo shoot. I want to take it just one step further, just so you're crystal clear on how to do this. Let's take a peek at Create Cultivate's Instagram so you can see the formula that you're using. This is also a technique that I highly recommend that you look at other people's Instagrams, and you're going to be able to see that everyone kind of follows a pattern that you probably didn't even know that they were doing.
Going to the 9 categories, and you should at this point have yours, but if you don't, totally okay, you can get to it later. But I want to show you an example of a real life one of someone that I follow, but I've never done this analysis, but you're going to see that they are staying on message too. Let's take a look at Create Cultivate. Not only do they stay on message, but they also visually look amazing. Let's take a peek. Okay, so let's go with picture number 1. She's talking about things you're looking up. What have you done to relax this weekend? Okay, that sounds like it's about wellness. This next one, it's about wellness too. Hydrate and isolate. This one, and asking, can everyone hear me, is the news circling back here. Who's getting sick of video calls? Okay, so here she's trying to connect to her audience, and she's using a quote and someone else's content, not necessarily one of hers. Tip, ladies, you don't have to come up with all the content. You can borrow content too. Let's look at this one. How dreamy are the use of these homemade baskets as mantle decor? We're feeling inspired, and now that we have some extra time on our hands, we're busy searching for DIY projects, recipes, banana bread. Anyone? Okay, so this post is about lifestyle. It's about being inspired, and visually, this is not a photo of, it could be a photo of her place, but it looks like this is a photo of a place called The Little Market. Once again, not creating her own content, repurposing it. This next one is, but really though, the moment we've all been waiting for, happy hour. And not just happy hour, Friday happy hour. Sending everyone a virtual cheers and well wishes. Okay, so this is about connection. This is about community. Here comes the funds. Finances have been a huge topic of conversation, especially right now. Maybe you're good at spending money, but if you feel guilty about it, we have a simple money mindset that could change your life. Okay, so big, huge, here she's rerouting you to her website. That is talking about products. CC Insider Percoler, eager to learn more about SEO and why it matters. She tags someone, which is a client feature, right? Which is a consumer of hers. Check out her new mentoring session. She sweetened the deal, and then she also does a hashtag. Okay, so this is about community too. Small businesses are hurting right now. Local restaurants, salons. This is about community also. And Create Cultivate seems to be really huge about tagging and repurposing content. This is not original content. Big mood. Are you using should a lot recently? Once again, mindset. We have seen her talk about this a couple of times already. She talked about it in the first two, and now she's talking about it again. We've got this. That's clearly about mindset. A to-do list. Is it really challenging? Just a list of challenges. The spark of a new business idea. Client feature. Community is huge to create, cultivate. And let's go with her last ninth category. Interested in creating some serious buzz around your business, from media-worthy pitches to creating brand collaborations that grow your audience. Ladies, she's talking about product. She's redirecting you to her website again, and she's also featuring someone else. There is an example. There you go. Those are her top 9 categories. And you notice that there were several times that she's referencing the same thing about, looks like her categories are mindset, wellness, community, business, and redirecting you to her website. Those are her top categories. She's just repurposing it over and over and over again. And visually, she's also not creating all the content by herself. She's borrowing content and tagging them at the same time. Okay, now back to finishing the video.
The specific you get, the better your photos get, and the more you're really able to connect with your dream audience.